Hi guys, welcome to this episode. I have the incredible Sally from Timely with me in today's episode, and I'm so excited to have this chat with Sally because this episode is not about, Timely this and Timely are and they are. Everybody knows I'm Team Timely. But actually this episode, I asked Sally to come along and uncover some secrets that you will have available to you on your booking system, whichever booking system you use, or you'll likely have them, that are actually going to help you grow your business, grow your revenue. So me and Sally sat together and we came up with 6 different things that your booking system may do, especially if it's Timely, it definitely will do. But, you still may have these features in your booking system that it may do that's actually going to help you grow your business, improve your client experience. So I wanted to invite Sally along. So thank you for coming, Sally.
Thanks for having me.
Absolute pleasure. One of the reasons I wanted to do this episode is because when I had my own salon, I've still got my own salon, I don't know what, but when I was actively working in the salon and I was doing the treatments and I was doing the clients, one of the things that I utilised was my booking system. I didn't just use my booking system for people to make appointments. I utilised so many different elements of my booking system, whether that was email marketing, reports, text marketing, whatever it is. And I know as a business coach in this industry that there's thousands, tens of thousands of professionals out there with booking systems that are only using the booking systems for the very boring and basic thing of booking clients, right? So I always say, I think actually that booking clients, your booking system feature of booking clients is the least interesting thing about your booking system.
Absolutely agree.
And there's so much more to booking systems. So this episode is going to be me and you talking about different features. We're going to obviously have to use the Timely features, but, like we're saying, you may have this on your booking system. But let's get into it. So first off, we spoke about reporting and business insights. And I'll just start with, this is something that I religiously put in place in my business. And I think that when it comes to reporting, people hold this belief that reporting must just mean, what was my revenue last month? Or what did that staff member make me that month? But reporting can be so much more in-depth than that, can't it? So why do you think salon owners shy away from using the reporting elements of the business? Do you think it's because it's confusing or overwhelming, or because they just don't know it exists?
No, I think it is that. I think it can be very overwhelming. There is a lot of data available to you. So, you've got your appointment data, your customers, your staff, all of that information. It can be a bit like, where do I start? But we've got to see it as a positive. If you're using a salon software, you have that data at your fingertips. If you're not using a software, I don't know how you're finding that information.
No,
you surely can't get that detail, or it's very hard to, very stressful. So make the most of it. Like you say, don't just use some elements of your booking system. Make the most, set yourself up for success, and dig into your business, see where you're performing well, where you could do better, and work on it for that growth. What I would say, probably a tip, is look for your dashboard. I'm sure you're all going to have a dashboard. So it's going to show it in, it's going to be colourful and pretty, charts, like a snapshot of your key performance metrics, what you want to know. I know those key things you said, the revenue, your sales. See that just in a snapshot. You can be at home or on holiday, and at least you can log in, see nice and easily, I'm doing well here, before you dive into the nitty gritty of where you're not performing so well.
Yeah, exactly. It makes perfect sense. And what I want to do is everything that we go through, I want to tell the listeners how I would apply that to my business and how they can use that, because it makes sense, right? So way back when I opened my salon in, I think it was 2018, something along them lines. I purposely don't remember the year because it was the year my brother died. And I have this weird trauma thing where I'm like, I don't want to know how long is... so it was around then. People are like, well, how do you not know when you opened your business? I don't want to know, okay? Leave me alone, it's trauma. So back then I have a spreadsheet which is full of data, which I pulled from my booking system month on month. And even in month 1, I could tell somebody now what my salon did, what my member of staff did, how many cancellations we had that month, how many people rebooked their appointments. So data from reporting is not just a case of how much money did you make and whatever's going off. It's so much deeper than that. What you get to do when you actually track these analytics properly, so you've got to access them first. So I think it's a great idea to access your booking system analytics. And I then transfer the key metrics from that data onto a spreadsheet of some sort. So for my members, it's in the finance management module because that makes it easy. because what that gives you is a bird's eye view, an overview, month on month, quarter on quarter, year on year of the key metrics in your business. So, you know, with Timely, I know that you can look at your revenue, you can look at how many cancellations, you can look at the rebooking rate, revenue per staff member. And to really like understand what you need to work on in your business, you've got to know your numbers, you've got to know what's going off.
You've got to know, and it is difficult in the industry. You know, it's full of creatives, this passion to provide that service for the client. But of course, it's the business at the end of the day. If you don't know your financials, you're just not going to go far, I guess. You can't grow.
100%.
So yeah, it's possibly not the sexiest part of your business and what you're doing day to day, the most fun, enjoyable part, but it's critical.
Yeah. Do you know what though? I think the more you do it, the more fun it does get, especially when you start to see patterns. So I seen a TikTok, and I think it was like last year, and it bugged me a little bit. I allowed it to bug me a little bit. And not because the person who did the TikTok annoyed me directly, but this is what she said, right? Something along these lines anyway. It was October, and she was saying like, every October, I get this. The same thing happens. I don't get many bookings. I feel like giving up. I've been in this industry for 10 years. And she was just spouting out all this really negative thing about it, because every October she realises it happens. And I think, well, if you fucking know it's coming, why aren't you preparing for it? Why are we not looking at historic data? So I knew as well, right? So I always picked up in my salon the October. I don't know what it is. It's an industry thing, right? It can, not always, but it can dip a bit in October. If we're recording that data, what are we going to launch in September that people can get, I don't know, a package or a discount or something for October to prepare for it in advance? And for someone to say, this has been the same for 10 years, I'm like, of course it has, because you're not But the thing is, like, you know, when we actually track our data and our metrics and our numbers month on month, we start to identify patterns and we start to identify gaps. And sometimes it would be like, you know, I've got so many member stories. I remember a member saying to me once, like, she was looking at a diary for the month ahead and she had hardly anything in the diary for that month ahead. And looking back at her diary for the last few months, she said, I always make the money. I always end up pulling it out of the bag. She said, but I always get to the start of the month and I'm like, oh my God, what's happening here? And I knew, I'm a good business coach, right? I will blow that smoke up my ass.
Yes,
I knew straight away where we needed to look. So I said to her, what's your rebooking percentage? And she went, what? I said, what's your rebooking percentage? Have you got your KPIs? Have you got your metrics? Like, out of all the appointments that were booked last month, what is the percentage of those, or how many of those have rebooked? She didn't know. She went and looked into it. It was less than 10%.
Wow.
So the reason, and it always figured itself out, right? Because the clients did like her. The clients did come back. But she was leaving it down to chance. So the beginning of the month was stressful because she's like, where are these bookings from? The end of the month, it was like, oh my God, a sigh of relief. That's not how to run a business. So we literally, I remember her putting something in the group, I think it was like 6 weeks later. And she said, like, I've literally got a whole month booked out. I've got 5K due in revenue this month, all because I focused on rebooking the clients on the day. I just had to ask, and I'm like, there we go. So I think when it comes to reports and insights, people might think, you know, oh, it's not that important or it's not a fun job. But the truth is, it's a money-making activity.
Yeah, like you say, it's critical. You would, if you're having a look at those metrics and you're keeping on top of them, you would see that 10% as a huge red flag, and you can get to work on it straight away rather than getting to that point where it's a bit panic stations and now I'm being reactive rather than proactive, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. So another thing, sorry, I know I'm talking a lot, but you know what I'm like. On reporting, there's another strategy that I used to use for report. I'm sharing everything now, like, you know, here we go. But it's good. It's more detailed videos in the tutorials in the training. But one thing I used to do regularly was use my reporting to look at customer return rate as well. So what that would mean is there's different treatments that require clients to come back at different periods of time. Yep. So you know this because you're working in the industry, but you know you're more software than whatever. So let's say, for example, Botox treatments. Typically, you know, give or take, they tend to want your client to return about 12 weeks, right? Depending on how much clients had, whatever. Russian lash extensions, you might say 3 weeks. Nails, acrylic nails, you might say 3 weeks. Now, what I would also do with my reporting systems is I had a list of reports that I wanted to run every month. And what I wanted to do with the report was say to me, show me customers who have had X treatment, but not booked an appointment in the next X weeks. So what I could do is I could say, show me clients who have had a Botox more than 12 weeks ago, but do not have an appointment or you know, in the diary. And that would pull me up a list of people. And what that was showing me was these are the people who are due that have not yet got an appointment in the diary. And I would mass send a text message to those people and get the bookings back in the diary.
The best way to use the system, a great way to use the system.
Literally.
And you can do it, through the reporting, do your SMS campaigns, like you say, and target those customers. You know, you can do it automated as well with rebooking reminders as well. So there's a tip for people who don't have rebooking reminders turned on. It will pick up that certain service. That customer's had that service, a hydrofacial, they haven't booked in, it's been 6 weeks, and it'll automatically ping them a message that you've already created saying, hey, it'd be great to see you, see more of benefits, book in again with us, here's the link. So yes, you can look at it through your reporting and then put these things into action as well, into place.
Wow. So this is what's so incredible about using software systems to the advantage, because you know, like we don't always have time as salon owners, beauty business owners. You know, there's a lot of stuff going off to remember these things, but having that automatically in place, that's so freaking powerful, and people should really be using that. So just quickly how that works then is they would work with the team to kind of get that set up. So they would say, this service requires the customer to come back after this amount of time. If that customer hasn't come back in this amount of time, automatically send them a text message. So you've got marketing basically doing the work for you without having to do anything.
Yes, just ticking away in the background. You've set it up, never look at it again. They're pinging these reminders out for you. And it boosts retention rates by 20%.
Wow.
Yeah, I know that from when it's turned on compared to when it's not, yeah.
Wow, and 20%'s a lot.
It's a lot.
If you've got clients who aren't coming back for whatever reason, 20% is a lot.
For you not having to do anything either. You know, after you set it up, you sit back and watch that percentage creep up.
That's so powerful. Absolutely love that. So is there anything else on reporting insights that you think needs to be said, Salon?
I think that's everything. Like you said, if you are able to export the data and put it into this master spreadsheet that you had, which your members do have access to, gold dust. So yeah, find where you're looking for that key information, understand what success looks like for you at that time. It can change month to month, client retention, product sales, and then dig into your nitty gritty and yeah, use it to your, make the most of what you've got access to. Basically use it to set you up for success.
Yeah, and have fun with it. I think the thing is with the beauty industry, and this is why I love being in it so much, is the beauty hair aesthetic industry, we're not taught when we do our MVQs or whatever it is that we're doing how to run businesses. We're not taught how to manage money. We're not taught how to look after our finances. And I think the advantage that I had when I joined the industry was that I had 5 or 6 years experience in sales and marketing. And not marketing as in online marketing or anything like that, but cold calling sales. I was selling, forklift trucks, health and safety products, all those things. But what that made me develop was an analytical mind, because I knew sales is a numbers game. So I would start to look at things like, well, if I do this many cold calls, typically I get this many meetings. And out of this many meetings, I typically get this much of a conversion rate. And if my average order of a conversion rate is this much, I'll hit. So I just became really analytical. And some people might say, well, numbers aren't sexy. Well, when they're paying the bills, they are.
Yes, they are.
Show me when they're buying me the holidays and the handbags, they are. And I think that because business owners, beauty business owners and hairdressers, they come into an industry and they're like, oh, I can do the treatment. And the treatment is the fun part of it. What I really love to do is turn these business owners into proper business owners, CEOs of the companies. They know the numbers. They know what's going off. They become more confident when they're looking at reporting and systems. They run a campaign like a rebook campaign or a text campaign and they make 5. I'm like, see, you've got it in you, just don't know how to do it. And I think having software, I would never have been able to create a 7-figure beauty salon if I didn't use software.
Wow.
Can you imagine having a paper diary? Whoever is still using paper diary, I'm sorry, but
I know, blows my mind.
It absolutely sense. I don't get it. But some people are old school. They're happy with where they're at. They're happy with the level of clients that they've got. The ones who, and I'm not saying that those people aren't ambitious, but the ones who desire more, money, revenue, clients, all these things, it makes total sense for them to go into a software-based system because it reduces time.
That's
simply that.
I think it may sound a bit brutal in a sense, but your talent and skill can only take you so far. You can be the best of the best, but if you don't have the rest of your business working for you, you can only go so far, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's 2025, so we should definitely be online.
So step up.
Do you know, it's funny though, because, I joined the industry about 7 years ago now, and it wasn't actually as popular then, the online booking software systems, as it is now. I was using it, but there were still people in my salon who was using paper diaries. And when I first started coaching people in the industry, and I'd have these meetings and do these calls and ask them these questions, they're like, oh, I need to go through my diary. I'm like, there was quite a lot of people. Have you noticed over the last 5 to 10 years that there's been an increase in people going to online services?
There are, definitely. But I think we're still surprised at how many people don't use it. And like you said, I do understand kind of that traditional, I think it's a control thing, and again, I understand that you want to control your day, your diary, who you want to squeeze in there, how long that client takes. But if you relinquish just some of that control, your software is going to help you in certain aspects make up for that. You're going to benefit from so many other ways from going online, getting new clients. I think 65% of new clients book online. So if you're not online, you're definitely missing out on new clients. If you're not looking for new clients, then you're probably playing phone tag in the evening, aren't you? Booking your loyal clients in.
Sorry, I can't do this. Oh, can I change this appointment? Can you do that time? Yeah, that's not cool for them.
That's it. Yeah, and it's not cool for your client, I guess, with that on-demand consumer that wants to book when we want to book and go online. How do we book a holiday now? How do we book a restaurant? Everything's kind of online at our fingertips, and we want that with our salons as well.
Is there I don't know if you know the answer to this, I'm sure you will do, but is there a percentage of bookings that are done outside of opening hours or something, isn't there?
Yeah, it's like 60%.
Yeah,
around
60% of appointments are booked outside of general working hours.
Yeah.
So that means if you're not online, you've got to manage 60% of your appointments physically yourself by going forward.
You're either missing out on them or you're doing that manual back and forth, which no one enjoys. I mean, the business owner's not going to enjoy. The client, I'm a story myself, I had moved into a new area, found a great local nail salon, just back and forth all the time messaging. It's just, in the end, you think...
inconvenient.
It's just inconvenient.
It is.
You want to book it when you want to book it and know it's booked in for that time. So that's just the way that the industry's changed, the consumer's changed, I guess, and we've got to keep up.
Got to keep going with it.
Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, so I'm happy that we've covered number one, and I hope you guys took lots of value from that, because there was so much value there. Ideas, brains popping, go forth and figure. Let's now go into number two, which is retaining loyal clients. So I think that sometimes it's much easier to get off of the hamster wheel of constantly needing new clients by having systems and experiences in place to retain loyal clients. I'm also a huge believer that loyal clients are a form of marketing for your business, because when you have happy, loyal clients, they go tell their friends and stuff about you.
So true.
So what kind of are your thoughts on loyal clients and ways that they can be managed and get them returning and stuff like that with software?
Yeah, your software really should be working towards that. That's what you want, like you say, those loyal clients returning back to you, your book to be filled with those. You're not having to search for new clients. You kind of got that safety net. So there are ways of identifying, first of all, who those clients are. That's what you're going to want to know. So in your reports that we've mentioned, who's spending the most with you, who's had the most appointments with you, categorize them, make sure they're easily identify them. So mark them as VIP, and that will help you to market to them, treat them well, reward them, and keep them happy and keep them loyal. So then I guess once you've identified that group, use that in your email campaigns, your text campaigns. Perhaps you're going to send them a promo code for a new treatment or a new product that you're launching, or invite them to an exclusive event at your salon. They're going to be the people you're going to want to know who they are, who you want coming along. So you can, identify them easily, track what they're doing, and keep them coming back to you.
Yeah, I love that. I think as well, it's a really good idea with marking them as VIPs. And also, if you can identify people who buy packages, people who buy higher price treatments, and you're going to run a promotion for a new package, or you bought a new treatment in and we know it's higher, we can market them to the client base of people who have already shown the buying, kind of history that they will spend good money, they will buy packages, they do spend, X amount per visit. And I think it's a good idea, because let's say that you've had a client that's been in twice and they've had a brow wax, and you also offer laser, and you've got 5 clients who have been in before for different packages, like, I don't know, aesthetics or whatever. If you're going to run a promotion, you could say you could send it to all of the clients. But if we're wanting to maybe do a limited amount of slots available, or really work with selling packages, we could send it directly to the people who are proven to spend the money.
That's it. Target.
And that have been there for a while.
Yes. Yeah, make your marketing effective You can now target really specifically, make sure you're going to make the most impact from your marketing efforts. And get those clients coming back for what they want to see, what they want to have done, reward them, give them the odd promo code, get a loyalty scheme in place, and make sure they keep coming back, because it is a competitive industry. And if we're not treating them well, someone else is going to want to try and treat them well, give them a new client offer or something. We just need to be making sure they're staying loyal, making sure their client journey end to end is perfect and they want to stick with you.
Yeah, definitely. And for the listeners, because a lot of our listeners will be timely, because they're my members and whatnot that have trusted us to give them that amazing service. Well, you guys to deliver it, but me to recommend it. What does Timely have in terms of features that helps with like loyalty, or, like you said, like a promo code? Is that something that they can put in on the website? Is there other things that you've got other than just like marking them as VIP, for example?
Yeah. I would say the loyalty scheme, so I think it's called Rewards in Timely, set that up.
What's that?
So that is where your clients, the ones that are spending with you, they're racking up points, and when they hit a certain level of spend, you'll reward them with some credit back to spend in your salon.
Okay.
So kind of like you have your stamps with your coffee or something, but it's all automated. It's all in your system.
Perfect.
So it's a nice touch. It's a nice to have. If we want these people to keep coming back to us, why not reward them? They are spending with you. They are coming back to you. So the good thing with the reward system is you are in control of it. You can tailor it so you can set, they have to spend so much, whatever it may be, £100, £200 before then you reward them with, again, whatever it may be, a £5 or £10 to then spend back in the salon. So again, you're not having to lift a finger. It's all happening in the background as they're coming in and you're checking them out. It's counting up their points.
It's doing the work for you.
One day you'll check them out and you'll see, Sarah's got £5 to deduct from this sale if you want to. You let her know.
Well, that's what happens to me when I go to the nail salon. So every sixth visit, I get £5 off. And I'm like, I've saved a £5.
Yeah.
It makes you feel so good. It could be a £5, right? Like, come on. But it really does make you feel like,
it does. It's the same kind of, I suppose, with the promo codes. You can use these in different ways. I know businesses that use promo codes in Timely, they can generate up to 40% more revenue, which is wild to me. I don't know, I was surprised, but I suppose it depends how you're using these promo codes, but you have the potential to make that much more revenue. Let's give it a try. So you can either be sending those to your VIP group, so they get a nice little exclusive, a nice discount. And it's another thing that you can set up and give people access to. Like you say, it's a nice win. If I'm going to buy something online and I'm checking out, kind of looking for a promo code. Yeah, not saying we have to do that every time.
Do it every time.
Maybe
I'm
not.
such a type bitch. I go on Google or ChatGPT and say, do I have a promo code for Look Fantastic?
Yes.
And I get one and I have to save £8. I'm like, yes! It's so ridiculous. It took me 35 minutes, but I've saved £8. So.
It's these small wins, isn't it?
It really does. It does have an impact though. Okay, I'm going to give some real value here to the listeners. Ooh. This is something that I used to do and it really worked for my salon. It helped me generate thousands of pounds extra and it really helps neaten the process up. So I used to run promotions. So let's say, for example, I ran Christmas promotions every year. I did 3 packages over Christmas and one of them was called Merry Lipmas, right? So they got a discount, like a whatever discount, off of 1 ml of lip filler. So I would collate all the clients' data from a report. I would send out a text marketing campaign to those people saying, this is what the offer is, this is what the code is, here's a link to book. So when they click on the link to book and they enter that code, it automatically puts the discount on them for that treatment. And then, because people say, well, how do I manage it? How do I know if they can use that discount or whatever? And it's like, the system does it for you. And I generated thousands of pounds by giving them the promo code, giving them the booking link and sending it by text message. We're going to get on to text message. Yeah. So if you want to boost revenue in your salon, you can literally get your promo code there, get your package decided, mass market it to your current client base. They can click on the booking link, put the promo code in, and the software does everything for you in the background with Timely.
That's such a good example because you've made it so easy for the client then. They've got everything in that one text message, the link, the promo code. And like you say, your system's doing it. You're not having to track that, add that discount. They're going to get upset if they haven't received that discount. The promo code's attached to it. The booking's been made. Sit back, relax, rake in that extra revenue.
Exactly. Take that money and I made thousands of pounds doing it that way. Is there any other hacks or tricks that you would say work for loyal clients?
Let me think for loyal clients. I think it's really those rebooking reminders.
Yes.
Because they're loyal, they're coming back to you, but just make sure they're coming back to you as frequently as you can, get them into you. You're going to make more revenue throughout the year if you're getting to see them more times in that year than not. So make the use of those.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay, moving on to my favourite one now. Email and SMS marketing.
This is your favourite.
This is my favourite because I think that email marketing and text marketing can help you earn so much more money in your business. It can help you retain clients. It can help you get clients returning to you when they haven't been for so long. And it's just an easier way to make more money. And it was something that I did very consistently when my team were fully employed, and something that I will train my members to do forever. Now, for me personally, I like both options. If I had to choose one, it would be SMS marketing, and there's a reason for that. So on average, averages, right, are different across countries and whatnot, but an open rate for an email marketing campaign, it's good if you get 30 to 40%. That's classed as a good open rate. So if you're sending 100 emails out to your client base, and you get 30, 40 of them opened, that's great, because some of them will go off into junk and you can't really help that. Some of them go off into spam, some of them get deleted, some of them get read or not opened, whatever. So a 30 to 40% open rate is great. Now, you've got to make sure that you've got some boxes ticked in order to increase your open rate. Your headline's got to be quite attractive. The first part of your email's got to be about them. It's got to make them want to keep on reading it. So there's a lot more brain power that goes into email marketing, but there's a lot of things that you can do with email marketing to work that, and there's always a place for it. However, so let's think about your inbox, people who are listening to this. How many emails in your inbox, please don't email me this because I will have a mental breakdown, but how many emails in your inbox have you currently got unopened? There's a lot. Now let's think about text messages. How many text messages do you have on your phone that are unopened that are not spam? Not many.
Yeah,
so the text message open rate is usually above 95%, which therefore makes that form of marketing powerful. Now, that doesn't mean I would just go to text marketing. It means I would combine both email and text marketing to boost the revenue in my salon. But listen, you've kind of got to have a bit of a client base in place to be able to utilize email and text marketing because you need data, right? And you need to have permission to email and message them from that data. So tell me how you think salons, that's just kind of like my initial thoughts on it. We'll probably go deeper, but tell me how you think salons can use their booking, like kind of systems and tools and this type of thing to get more bookings through the database without being spammy.
Yeah, that's it. No one wants to be spammy.
No one wants to be spammed.
Don't be spammy. So I think, like you say, there's a place for both. Email marketing, it's a great way to get your brand across, visuals, videos. It's great for newsletters, announcements. We love a newsletter.
Love it.
Do it. Whereas
templates for that in the marketing module, by the way, members.
Well done. There we go. And then your text marketing, you can be more specific. You're going to be really targeted. You can be targeted in both. Just make sure it's going to be a waste of investment if you're not really specifying who you want your customer to be. And like you said, if you can specify the clients that have had this service or this package, they don't have a future appointment in, they've been with this staff member, do it. You're going to get a better return on your investment. You're going to get more bookings from it, more engagement. So there's loads of filters you can do. Just check them out. You know, like we mentioned, the VIP group, or the services they've had, a birthday upcoming, and have a play around. Keep seeing how the results are playing out, like who's using that promo code you sent out to that group. Did that work? Maybe tweak things a little bit and keep working to improve your marketing approach, I suppose. You've got the tools there, so give it a go. But yeah, really use those filters to target very specifically what you're trying to get across.
I think as well for me, like what I wouldn't do with text marketing is something like 10% off appointments this week. I wouldn't do that because it's too broad. It's not specific enough. But what I would do is, I don't know, £15 off Botox appointments booked by X date using this code. You know, I would make it more time sensitive. I would make it more specific. I think that there has to be thought going into the text message to make it potent. Yeah. It can't be diluted, because if it is diluted and it makes no sense, people aren't going to book it. It's just not going to convert very well. So there is a strategy. There is definitely a procedure that I think you need to follow for both. And I do teach that inside the members club. But I think email marketing is very powerful. Now, you actually directly integrate with MailChimp. Yeah. Which are who I recommend for email marketing as well, because they're the biggest in the market, aren't they?
They're the best of the best.
Why did you choose MailChimp?
Because they're the best of the best. I mean, it's one of those where you think, oh, well, if we built this ourselves, can we really get to the place that they're at? This is what they do, bread and butter. So we sync all of your customers through to there. There you can segment them, filter them, and create beautiful email campaigns. So do it that way.
It makes perfect sense, right?
does.
Because I've obviously got thousands of members and some of them use, different platforms and whatever. And what they have to do where they're not directly integrated with MailChimp, which I don't think many are at all, if I'm honest.
No, I don't think so.
What their members have to do is they have to go into their reports, export their customer data on a CSV file, import that data into MailChimp, tag that data up and organise it, and then market from it. And I'm like, it's burning a lot of fucking calories, in my opinion. I don't want to do that today. Whereas when you've got a direct integration with the booking system to the MailChimp system, it's like go in, have fun, create it, make it look pretty, put your links in, send a test campaign, always send a test campaign. For goodness sake, send yourself a test campaign, check your links, check your images, check everything works, and then go forth and market, and I think that makes it valuable. Now, some people are a little bit like, text marketing costs money, and it does, doesn't it? How does it work with time in terms of the cost?
Yeah, you're going to pay an extra per text message to send. It's worth it. It's a marketing tool. You're going to get your return. This is what we believe. I
did a £38 campaign once. It made me £7,000.
Thank you. Great example.
38 quid.
We've got all these case studies. Yeah. It's 30 quid.
But I made sure that the offer, the package, the text, the link, it was all nailed. Because I could spend 38 quid on a campaign and get nothing.
That's it. If you've had an experience and it hasn't made you that, not exactly that return, but a good return, and you think, it's not worth my while, you've likely, think more about the campaign perhaps. I'd say give it another go because there is so much potential there. I mean, as you've just proven. And
use ChatGPT to help you out. So easy now.
Yeah, you know what? We actually have an AI. I think of this. We have an AI called Texty Bestie. It helps you.
There you go, Texty Bestie. Bring her in.
I can't believe I was almost going to forget her. So she will help you create these campaigns. Search Texty Bestie on Timely website, and she will help you create these campaigns. You say, I'm looking to get people into the business to have this treatment. I'm looking for, whatever it may be. You need to be specific, but she will churn out exactly what you should be popping in that message and give it a go. See if that 30 quid can turn into £7,000.
Yeah, you never know. And listen, there was other campaigns that I've done where, I've spent 30 quid and it's filled a few diaries because I also used to send text campaigns. So let's say that I would look at my lash tech and because I was always forecasting in business because I did it in sales. So it would be a Sunday. I would look at the forecast for this week ahead. Let's say my lash technician's got 3 appointments available. The 2-hour appointments each, so it's 6 hours. I really want to fill it. So I would get the report of who's been to us before, but hasn't been for lashes in the last 4 weeks. I would get that information. I would put a text message, a short message saying £15 or £10 or whatever. If you return, as a gift with Rachel, appointments on Thursday at 2, Wednesday at 3. There's the link to book, and they'd go. 9 times out of 10 they go. So sometimes I might do a £10 campaign that's made me 150 quid, but the point is that revenue was replaced, or not really replaced because it wasn't there, but that revenue was created because I just took action. And the thing is, the more you do it takes 5 minutes.
Yeah.
The more you do it, the quicker it gets. Initially, it's going to take more time, but... Yeah,
that's it. You'd rather be doing that, dropping a little bit of money and filling those gaps, like you say, than having them empty.
Exactly. Okay, cool. That's that one wrapped up. Very valuable. Hope you guys are writing these things down. They can re-listen. Okay, let's talk about gift vouchers. Yes. Love a gift voucher, me. Love a gift voucher. I love November, December as a prime opportunity to utilise selling gift vouchers. I find it very interesting how people feel about gift vouchers in the industry. And the reason for that is because people love selling them, but they fucking hate it when they're redeemed.
And the two go hand in hand.
I do get it. But it's the management of the money from the gift card vouchers that we need to look at, which is a different subject in itself, but I give you a little tip. When you make gift card voucher sales, packages sales, most bank accounts nowadays, you have pots in them. Have a pot for gift cards and package sales so that you can on your booking system and look at did they pay package or whatever. But when they redeem that gift voucher, you put the money from the savings into the main account and then the money's there. Or spend the money and stop fucking moaning about it.
Good tips, both of them.
Okay, cool. Tell me about what your thoughts are on gift vouchers and how they can help people in the industry.
Yeah, I suppose for us it's a way you're getting that revenue up front without having to lift a finger. I mean, especially if it's online. Great for your cash flow. I mean, of course, like you say, you've got to then plan and whatnot, but get that revenue in. give that offering to your clients. So yeah, people do still like the physical gift voucher, people coming in, buying them, they like the opening. And I do think that's lovely. But
I love a gift voucher.
You don't have to get rid of them. Don't replace it. Put the gift voucher online as well. Just open up that offering too if you're not already. It goes hand in hand, works together with offering your online bookings. If 65% of new clients are booking online, they're going to be wanting to buy their gift vouchers online most likely. So make it easy for them. From buying that gift voucher, they can then redeem it online as well when they're booking. It's just a nice experience for the client. It's nice for the salon owner. We just see it as a bit of a no-brainer, I guess. And
I think as well, you can really use this combination with your booking system if it allows it. So they can purchase the gift voucher online. And if you are very big on giving a physical gift voucher, they can get a confirmation email which says, please contact the salon or email me here and we can arrange a date for you to collect it. Yeah. That's not an issue, but having the option online, right? And do you know what I used to do? Oh my God, I'm giving so much value in this episode. I used to run ads from the 1st of December, usually from the first week of December through to Christmas, directed and targeted to men for gift vouchers because they forgot.
Yes.
I made some serious sales in the last week of the salon being open before Christmas kind of started the break from men coming in and getting gift vouchers because I targeted them online because they forgot. That's not me being sexist. It's just
I know.
It's just the data. It's just the data. Data doesn't lie. But like you said, nowadays, you can buy a gift voucher online. One of their clients can buy a gift voucher online, get the gift voucher emailed to them, and then redeem it as well. Like online or make their appointment with it or whatever. It's so it's crazy, isn't it? What we can do.
It is, and it's a nice customer journey, a nice client journey for them to get that gift voucher, book online, put the code in, and also it's a great referral system. It's a way that people have probably visited you before, like, I'll get a gift voucher from that salon. Some will be returning clients, but they're likely going to be giving gift vouchers to new clients as well. Yeah. You've got that opportunity to turn those new clients into loyal clients. It's referring your salon for you while they're paying you the money for the gift voucher. So
exactly, it makes sense.
It makes sense.
Right, let's go on to rewards and promo codes. So we spoke about like loyalty schemes and promo codes. Now, how can automated rewards and custom promo codes make it easier for salon owners to kind of like boost loyalty and feel like last minute cancellations and things? What's your ideas there?
Yeah, you're right. We kind of touched on the loyalty scheme already and like I say, put it in place and let it tick along and work for you. When it comes to the promo codes, which are also very powerful, a really smart way that we see salons using it is to fill up those last minute cancellations. So you kind of hinted at it providing it in your SMS campaigns, but say one comes through at 2 p.m. that day. Another way you can fill that gap is create your promo code. It's for that staff member. It's for nails only. It's going to expire at the end of the day and it can only be used once.
Okay.
You name it, last minute. Put that on your Instagram story. That's what we see people do a lot. With the link
grab
there.
This appointment today at 4 o'clock, use the promo code. They go online, they book the appointment, they use the promo code. That no one else can use it now. Last minute appointment's gone.
Yeah.
So clever. And how long do you think it takes to set that up?
Minutes. A minute, probably. It really can be. It's that quick. You're just ticking a few boxes of what you want and then you've got your promo code. Get on your Instagram and upload it. It's easy and as we said, you'd rather fill that slot, give it a little bit of discount, than have an hour and a half sitting around.
Yeah, or you can send an email marketing campaign, appointment available today at 3 p.m. for this treatment. Click on the link and use this promo code to get X off.
Yeah.
It doesn't, once you've done it and practice, it doesn't take that long.
Yeah, I'd say give it a go. Next time you have a last minute cancellation, give it a go and see.
Okay, cool. Okay, next one, payments. This is one that's like, I see a lot of people get very confused with payments because, there's Apple Pay now, there's this split payments, there's cash payments, there's card payments. Now, I'm not going to I don't know how many other booking systems do this because I've not used many other booking systems. I've used Timely for many years now. So I don't know if I can talk on behalf of them, but tell me about payment options that people might not be aware of. Or just general payment options, like how people do cash.
Yeah.
I still think cash should be put through your booking system. If you take a cash payment, you should still be checking that client out and putting cash through because when you look at your end of month report, you're not going to see money and you're going to think you've done worse than you have, or you're going to have spent it and you're going to be like, why am I making any money? Where's all my money going? But you spent it at Starbucks, honey. You just didn't write it down.
I completely agree. I'd rather have a more accurate view.
100%.
Yeah. So
Do you or your team want to train in a new and popular beauty treatment for as little as £99? Whether it's lashes, brows or facials, adding a new service can mean more clients and more money. With Beginner Beauty Courses UK, you can train for as little as £99, all from the comfort of your own home. Get instant access to their online accredited courses and train in treatments like lash lift and tint, classic lash extensions, beginner facials, massage, Russian lash extensions, and more. You'll get full support from your tutor, private WhatsApp chats, and lifetime access to easy to follow tutorials that you can rewatch over and over again. Click on the link in the show notes and train in a brand new in-demand beauty treatment today.
I think that people will use their booking software for, like we've covered, the marketing, the booking, stock control, forms. There's so many features. If they're not making use of the payments features, just think they're missing a trick, because you've got this opportunity to have all your business goings on in one account, one login. You're reporting, reconciling, processing refunds, your transactions, see when you're getting paid out. It's all in that one account, rather than having to jump in and log into another one, reconcile that at the end of the day or month. It just makes life easier for you. And I will say that the payment features that your software are building, your Salon software, they're with salons in mind. They're going to have the features in there to really benefit you as well. So, I mean, especially when it comes to your online payments, if you have your online booking and you're not taking a deposit or capturing the client's card details to protect your revenue, you're missing out. I don't want to say you should. I can see how it's difficult. I know, especially in the industry, you've got kind of those relationships with clients, and perhaps you feel a bit awkward about taking money up front for the appointment. But you are a business at the end of the day. All of the service industries really take money up front commitment.
I give payments for booking a table nowadays.
Yes.
I book a table in a restaurant. I've got to give them my card details, and they say, "Look, it's a £10. We don't take it, but we capture that amount on your card. And if you no-show, we'll take it. But you can just let us know that you can't come." And it's like, I respect the restaurant enough to be able to follow that.
That's it. You've got to kind of value yourself, your time, your skill, and reduce your no-shows. It's going to reduce your no-shows dramatically, because you're getting that commitment. You're likely going to be able to upsell to them more when they're in the salon as well, because they've already prepaid some, so they're not paying as much on the day. And it's like, oh, yeah, I'll get that extra product as well. Some kind of mental psychology thing there. So yes, make use of the online payment options you've got there. And then when it comes to your in-person, this is the thing, like you said, there's lots of different payments options, but next batch is your in-person salon payments. And if you're using a terminal with your software, it's going to feed through the amount. We call it fat fingers. You're not putting in the wrong, charging someone £6.50 instead of £65 and having that awful error. And there's other options. God, I'm going to get all excited about tech stuff now, but tap to pay. That's something that I don't know whether all salon software providers have it, but it's where you turn your phone into your card terminal.
Right.
So if you're using, say, Timely on your phone, your client can then pay you by tapping their card on your phone to take
literally
payment,
on your phone,
or their Apple Watch.
How the hell do they do
mind.
that? But that's crazy.
I still don't
So
get
for
it.
the salons that are maybe like, someone that's renting a chair, or somebody that's like a solo therapist or a mobile therapist, they can have Timely on their phone, and they can turn their phone into a terminal. So they show it the client taps their card on it or whatever, and it takes the payment.
Yes, you are much more succinct than me. That's exactly it.
Wow.
It's genius. And like you say, for someone who's going over to the chair to take the payment, or a mobile, you don't then have to get your terminal out, power it on, connect it, all those issues.
That always takes a minute, awkward conversation.
Yeah.
Well, some clients anyway.
Bit dodgy.
So what you got on for the rest of the day? Looking and connect.
So you've got that available. And like I say, these things are with the salons in mind, with thinking of how these things will better benefit the business owner and make things quicker and easier. Tipping is another thing that's, likely in your payments offering as well, which again removes that maybe awkward, you don't really like to ask for a tip, do we? Or have kind of a job or a cashless society, but it is a service industry again. And I know, actually, I've got a great example. There's a salon, I won't name names, but a salon in Oxford, they've turned on their tipping feature, and they've made more tips in 2 weeks that they've had it turned on than they did in the whole previous year.
Wow. Just because it's like, because like I go to the Co-op now for a fucking 4 pints of milk, and I'm like, do you want to donate your change to this charity?
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, I don't, because I do other work in other charities and I don't know how it actually works. I like my money to go to the charity. I'm not saying it doesn't, but you know, if I go out to a restaurant or for like a service, I'm definitely tipping.
Exactly.
And especially if it's on the thing like, do you want to add a tip? I feel awkward saying no. Just take your client's money. Do you know what I mean? Let them feel awkward.
Yeah.
I'm only joking.
Just leave it to the software to do the awkward part. Let the software take the deposit.
Isn't that
take
interesting that they got more tips in 2 weeks than the year before just from asking?
Yeah.
And when you're happy with a service or a treatment and you had a good experience, you want to tip that person.
You do.
But if they don't ask, sometimes you can feel a bit awkward, can't you?
Yeah.
Like giving them a tip. Sometimes I'm like, so for me, for example, let's say that something costs 51 quid. I might say, I'll round it up to 55. Do you know what I mean? It's not that big of a tip, but I would rather do it. But then if the machine asked me, I'd be like, yeah. Whereas I won't be like, oh, put 4 quid on, because you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like,
it's exactly like that. Like you say, when it's asking for a charitable donation, it's on the terminal, you are more likely to do that than if there was a tub there on the counter where you're putting your cash in because you're looking around. So it is just making it more streamlined, more easier for your client to tip. And why not? You deserve it. So make use of these features.
Yeah, treat yourself to something. I went on a like a hound, like kind of a horse thing, not a hound thing, sorry, a horse thing on Saturday. It was like we went on this pleasure ride. I was galloping through the fields on these horses and whatever. Oh. And anyway, it was out for like 4 hours, and there was a girl who was on a horse, and we spent quite a lot of time together, and she was a barber, and I didn't know her before this ride. And she hired a horse for the day, and it was 300 quid. And she said, I use all my tips. She uses Timely as well, funny enough, because I was talking. So I use all my tips from clients, and then every like month or two, because it's like 300 quid, she just pays and goes on like a full horse day and just enjoys it. I'm like, isn't that amazing how like little tips can add up to it? And she had the most incredible experience, and I was like, that's so cool.
That's really cool. Like you say, use that as a separate little treat. Goodie bank,
What tip, Mr. Accountant? Don't know what you're talking about. I do not endorse anything I say for purposely for educational purposes. I'm going to start. I've had a coffee and I feel off my tits, and it was a decaf.
It's decaf.
Do you know what? I will tell you a secret. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. No, do you know why? Because you know Jack, who works for me, who is absolutely amazing, he confessed that he worked at a coffee shop and they always get it wrong. They forget. And they go, and they go latte, and they goes out on decaf, and they just go, yeah, and they pass you it.
Because most people are likely ordering the standard, not the decaf, aren't they? So
most people aren't caffeine sensitive and on the edge of a heart attack after 2 lattes.
Just palpitating.
Anyway, okay. We'll wrap this up, Sally, because I know that we've been going for some time and I know this has been very valuable. Just quickly though, Timely do have terminal as well as tap to pay, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, cool. If a salon owner wanted to switch just one feature from your booking system tomorrow, which one do you think would have the biggest impact and why? And I'm going to do that to him.
Oh, okay. I'm excited for that because I'm like, oh, just one.
I know one. I've got 2 that I'm like, oh.
And actually, I feel like my answer is going to be a bit boring. You might be disappointed.
Don't worry.
I'm going to say online booking, just because the potential there, I think, we've kind of covered it, that there's the fear of losing the control and going online, but you're missing out on new clients. You're likely using your evenings or your spare time, exchanging messages with clients. But also, I guess I'm more pointing it out because there are features to help you with that. So go online, take the punt, turn on penciled in bookings is one feature you could do. So when the client books online, they're more requesting that slot and then you can accept
Approve or reject. Yeah.
Minimize gaps is another thing you could put in place, which I love. Look, I'm dropping all these extra features into my answer. But that's why you don't want those gaps in your calendar. So in the online booking, your client will only see slots available that are just before an existing appointment or just after. So
you've not got a 10 a.m. and a 4 p.m, for example.
Exactly. And a lot of people don't want to go online for that reason. They don't want them booking just bang in the middle of your day.
Yeah.
So there's that. Or even I'd recommend just putting some services online. You don't have to put everything on there, but give people some offering. Timely, we're for the business owner, but we're also trying to, in a way, to help you get those loyal clients back. We're focusing on your client and the client journey. So from the moment they make the first booking to the final payment, what's their journey looking like? And booking online is a huge part of that. So even if you're not putting all of your services on there that you perhaps got to restrict, you want to do some type of consultation beforehand, or it seems, just put something out there, I would recommend. That's why I'd say if you're going to switch for online booking, get those extra new clients, keep your clients happy and give yourself some more free time back.
Love that. I've got a gun to my head and I've got to choose one. I'm going to have to go reporting and insights.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to, if I had two choices, it would have been text and email marketing, but I'm going to have to go reporting and insights because I think clarity on your business performance, on your numbers, on your KPIs is ultimately it's data and it's showing you where you need to put your attention. If you've got low bookings, you need to market better. If you've got high bookings and low return rate, you need to book people in. You can really gain a picture of your business and the story and what's going off from reporting and insight. So I would have to go with that one.
Yeah, it's a good one. I'm glad you said that.
I remember the other day and she was talking about reviews. Now for me, I think the most powerful place as a beauty salon owner that you can put a review is on Google.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because people in your local area or people who are visiting your local area or whatever, they will go on to, everybody uses Google. It's like
Absolutely.
the most popular search engine. So if they go onto Google and put your salon name in and then they start to read your Google reviews, they start to build that know, like and trust factor right away. But it's much more powerful for the reviews to be on Google because of the local search engine optimization, you know, people doing that. So, you know, my husband's got a business and I'm just big on reviews and I always have been. I got my salon page when you used to be able to leave reviews on Facebook. Back then I would use Facebook.
Yeah.
Then we went to Google, but that was many years ago. We got up to like 800 reviews and that people would say, I've booked with you because I seen your reviews. I booked with you because I read your reviews. So if your reviews are not in a public place like Google, you can't do it on Facebook anymore, but Google for me is like, you know, it's the king of where you're going to host your reviews.
Yeah.
Sally, I think you've been the most incredible guest. Thank you so much for coming along. To summarise for everybody listening, we went through reports and insights, we went through retaining loyal clients, we went through email and SMS marketing, gift vouchers, rewards and promotional codes, payments, booking systems, the lot. That was a very valuable episode. And we always said openly, you know, this isn't just about Timely. You may find these things with your booking provider or your software provider. But you might not as well, and it might be something that you want to implement into your business if you're wanting to, you know, get it to the next level and take it serious. Just before we go, I do just want to touch on Timely's customer service. If somebody has a problem, how do they get in contact with Timely? Or someone that wants to ask questions or they want to learn something, Timely have a YouTube channel first of all, don't they?
Yeah, we've got lots going on. We are rated really highly for our customer support. We have customer support team members in the UK and they're easy to get hold of. I think that's why we keep people with us. You know, there's no contracts or anything with Timely, but people like us, they get the nice service. I can say that very confidently, which is nice. Good team. So
and nothing worse than submitting a support ticket that takes 3 days to come back on.
And when you're running a business and you need the answers.
And then you're in different time zones as well, like that.
Yeah. I mean, actually, the good thing is we kind of cover all time zones. So if you're doing it even in your late evening, one of our team members across in New Zealand or Australia might pick up your ticket. But we have the live chat. We have Timely questions where it's kind of like a forum you can enter and questions are submitted and answered by like our experts. We have email. We have a phone line for customers that sign up to that. So there really are a lot of options available to you, plus our extensive help centre. You'll always be able to find someone, find the answer, have like the support you need, basically, I can say confidently.
Yeah, absolutely. And for those who are considering changing booking softwares, or maybe you don't even have one and you're like, let me in, I want to do it, sold, let's go. Yes. How do people join? Obviously, I'm going to put the links below. And if they're listening to this before the end of October 2025, tell me about your current promotional offer that you've got for new people. Yeah,
there's an offer where mention Beauty Growth Academy and Alicia, and you could get up to 5 months free. 5 months. It's pretty wild.
That's a long time to learn the system as well.
It's a long time.
Yeah, that's a good old little promo, that.
Yes, so use the link. You'll get a free trial period, so you're not in there straight away paying. Have a play around. And you've got team members really on hand to help you set up your account. We can import data if you need importing. We can have you can have a success coach who will be on hand to get you up and running and confident using the system. By no means you're going to set this up and then you're left to your own devices struggling. We want you to be there for the long haul with us to support you and help you grow and succeed.
Lovely. And we'll put in the show notes of this episode exactly how they can do that, because they need to speak to someone from the sales team.
They do.
Tell them Beauty Growth Academy sent you. They'll set you up. And another thing I just want to say is Timely make the switch so easy. You literally do it for them, don't you? You take the data off the booking system, you import it in for them. They you know, it's very straightforward and easy to do.
Free of charge.
And if you are listening and that promo has ended, feel free to give them a ring anyway, because they'll tell you if there's anything actively going, or they can use the code to get 50% off your first 3 months is Beauty Growth Academy. So make sure you put that in if you're going to switch over to Timely.
Yeah, always mention Beauty Growth Academy, mention
Yeah,
Alicia, and
discount.
we will, sort you out.
And I just want to say as well, guys, like, I use Timely. I'm not just saying this. I use Timely. I've been using Timely in my salon for a long time. I have my own subscription. Like, I do use it. So I like it. Thank you so much for joining us, Sally.
Thanks for having me.
I enjoyed that episode.
It's been fun.
I'm going to go for a little sprint now and get this coffee out of me.
Just to go do laps.
All the info's in the show notes, guys. Thanks for tuning in.